Today, Dong Fu invites you to delve deeper into the Dhammapada, the 12th verse from the Buddhist scriptures on the YouTube channel Tien Tien USA. Dear friends on the path, fellow seekers of truth, today we reflect upon a verse that may seem quiet in form, but thunderous in wisdom. What is essential they regard as essential. What is unessential they regard as unessential. They who entertain such right thoughts realize the essence. This teaching of the Buddha comes to us like a gentle lamp in the night, illuminating the subtle workings of perception and wisdom. The path of liberation is not always found in dramatic actions or grand rituals, but in quiet discernment, in the capacity to see rightly, to understand what truly matters. Let us take our time together to slowly, gently, and deeply reflect on the meaning of this verse, word by word, breath by breath. What is essential? What is unessential? What does it mean to recognize the essential? And how does this lead to realizing the essence? The Buddha does not give us dogma. He gives us a mirror. In this verse, he invites us to look at our lives, our thoughts, our choices, and to gently ask, what am I valuing? What am I clinging to? Am I seeing clearly, or am I caught in illusion? To regard the essential as essential is the beginning of wisdom. To regard the unessential as unessential is the growth of clarity. But most of us live with reverse vision. We chase after what is fleeting, and we ignore what is enduring. We grasp at shadows and overlook the light. Let us take a few examples. A person may regard fame as essential. They spend years chasing reputation, admiration, applause. But fame is unessential. It comes and goes. It is shaped by the minds of others and fades quickly. On the other hand, humility, integrity, kindness, these are essential. They form the heart of true character. Yet how often do we neglect them? Another person may regard material wealth as essential. They work day and night, sacrificing peace, health, and relationships to accumulate more. But wealth is unessential. It is impermanent. It cannot be carried beyond death. Meanwhile, contentment, generosity, gratitude, these are essential. They nourish the soul. They free the heart. The Buddha reminds us, the wise see the essential. The foolish are distracted by the unessential. But what blinds us? What causes us to confuse the two? The answer is found in the state of mind. When the mind is clouded by desire, fear, ignorance, and attachment, it loses its clarity. It chases illusions, believes them to be truth, and builds a life upon sand. But when the mind is calm, clear, grounded in mindfulness and right view, it begins to see rightly. And this seeing is not intellectual alone. It is a seeing with the heart, a seeing with inner stillness, a seeing that arises through practice. Let us explore now how to cultivate this seeing. The Buddha spoke of the Noble Eightfold Path, and within it, right view and right thought are at the beginning. Right view means seeing life as it is, with wisdom, seeing the Four Noble Truths, seeing impermanence, non-self, and the law of karma. Right thought follows right view. It is the mind inclined toward renunciation, toward kindness, toward compassion. A mind that entertains right thoughts naturally begins to recognize what is essential. Right thoughts are like a compass. They keep us walking in the direction of truth. When we hold right thoughts, we stop investing in illusions. We stop being seduced by the unessential. We become more simple, more inward, more real. Now, you may ask, how do I know if I am caught in the unessential? How can I tell if I am living from confusion? The answer comes through mindfulness. Sit quietly, breathe, and look into your life. Ask, what truly nourishes me? What brings lasting peace? What thoughts make me restless? What cravings leave me empty? The answers will arise. The heart knows, but we must slow down enough to hear it. We can also ask ourselves each day, is what I am doing today essential? Is this action aligned with truth? Is this thought leading to peace? Is this habit strengthening clarity? This is not a practice of judgment. It is a practice of gentle inquiry. With love, with patience, with compassion. The unessential is not evil. It is simply mistaken. It has no power except the power we give it. When we withdraw our belief, our obsession, our attachment, it fades, and the essential becomes clear. To realize the essence is to live in wisdom. The essence is the Dharma itself. The essence is the deathless. The essence is Nibbana, freedom, awakening. When we see the essential clearly, we live simply. We walk lightly. We love deeply. We cling to nothing. We fear nothing. We realize that the true treasures are invisible. Peace of mind, compassion, wisdom, inner joy. And so we practice. We practice mindfulness. To return to the essential, we practice meditation. To quiet the storms of the unessential, we practice generosity. To loosen the grip of self-centeredness, we practice ethical living. To harmonize our actions with truth, we live each day with clear intention. We simplify. We let go. We bow to what is true. And slowly, steadily, like the unfolding of a lotus, the essence reveals itself. It was never far away. It was always here, but we were looking elsewhere. The Buddha, in his great compassion, gently reminds us, return to what matters. Return to what lasts. Return to the essence. Dear friends, let us walk together on this path. Let us help each other see clearly. Let us remind one another of what is essential. Now let us take a moment to consider how right perception impacts our relationships. When we see others through the lens of what is unessential, we judge them for their appearances, their possessions, their titles. But when we see with the eyes of the Dharma, we see their heart, their suffering, their longing for peace. A wise person sees the Buddha nature in every being. A wise person does not get caught in labels. They see through to the essence. And this transforms the way we love, the way we listen, the way we respond. Likewise, in our daily routines, we may begin to change. Perhaps we choose silence over noise, simplicity over excess, time with loved ones over time in the marketplace. These small shifts accumulate. They shape a new life, a life based on the essential, not on the illusion. We come to appreciate each breath, each sunrise, each act of kindness, and we also see clearly the preciousness of the Dharma. For what teaching in this world compares to the Dharma? What wealth surpasses wisdom? What protection is greater than mindfulness? What joy is deeper than letting go? We begin to treasure our path, to honor the Sangha, to hold the precepts not as burdens but as blessings. When our heart is grounded in what is essential, we face even suffering with courage. We know pain is temporary. We know loss is part of life. But our peace does not depend on externals. It depends on right understanding. So in the storms of life, we remain anchored. In confusion, we return to clarity. In fear, we return to compassion. And again, we train the mind. We do not seek perfection, but presence. We do not seek achievement, but awakening. And over time, this right perception becomes natural. It no longer feels like effort. It becomes our way of being. We walk in the world, but not of it. We engage with life, but without clinging. We love fully, but without grasping. We know joy, but we are not afraid of sorrow. We are not disturbed by change, for we see impermanence clearly. We do not fear death, For we have touched the deathless. This is the gift of the essential. This is the fruit of right thought. This is the wisdom of the Buddha. Thank you for watching today's sermon with Tien Tai. Nam Mo Adi De Fat. I wish to bring this merit towards all disciples and sentient beings, all of whom will attain Buddhahood. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel to review the short sermons of the Buddha. Thank you for listening to the Dharma.